Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new Transformers review. It is me, John, coming at you with a brand new review. Yes, finally. So, I'm here today to talk about one of my latest acquisitions, one of the things that I picked up from Smith's here in Hull. And it is obviously going to be my review on this awesome bot. Override, part of the Speedia Velocitron 500 legacy line. So, without further ado, let's roll the titles and let's get straight into the review. Ooh. Alrighty then. Apologies very quickly for the lagginess of the screen. I can't do anything about it. For some reason the sensor is not very good. It's having a bit of a bad time with the light. Even though you need a decent light for the camera to see you. But anyway, I need a new web. I need to sort out a new one. But anyway, so here is Override, and she's pretty awesome. This is one hell of a nice figure. This is actually the first time of me actually having her in hand, because yeah, it is the first time having this figure in hand because it's like I said, I got this from Smith's quite a couple of months ago now, after TF Nation. When I got home from TFN, I still had some time off from work, went for a drive out and I went to visit it. I found pretty much most of the Velocitron wave out in our Smiths, and I just snapped this bot up. So yeah, first time having a good old play with it. First time, this is second time transforming it on camera. I did it off camera just so I had an idea of what I needed to do. So here we go then. So really is a very nice toy. The car mode is kind of like obviously a Cybertronian-esque race car with red wheels, tyres and gold rims, alloys, whatever you want to call them. And then you've got all these different colours. You've got blacks, you've got whites, you've got reds and golds and blues. And it is a very nice colour palette. It is a very obscure figure. Now, I believe this figure was maybe part of the Cybertron line, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I'm not massively familiar with this figure. I've never owned it before. Never owned Override of this figure before, but when I saw this figure I was a little bit on the shelf of whether to get it or not, and I saw it in person and I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go. And it is actually a really nice figure indeed. So in this mode you can't really do anything except for the wheels do roll. So without further ado, let's transform. So on the back here you have an accessory which kind of just plugs into the back there, as you can see with that hole there. This is the weapon as well, so in robot mode it's held. So get that ready. So these pull out, these double barrels like so, and then goes in hand, and there's Override's weapon. So let's get on to transforming, shall we? So it looks really weird with that backpack thing off. That really does kind of give it a little bit more definition. But anyway, so first things first is what I'm going to do is I'm going to unpeg the hands from the back like so, separate the back a little bit like so, so you can see what I'm doing. Just gonna bring these bits out and over which obviously are the arms. Bring them to the side for now, like so. And then split the legs on the front of the car. Bring these down and then peg. Oh no, I can't do that yet. I can't do that yet, I don't think. Skipping ahead. So bring these down, which would become the legs. Then what you do, this little red bit where my finger is there, you bring that up like that on both legs, and then that then allows you to bring this out, which is obviously the foot, which is the front of the car, and then this comes across like that on both sides. There we go. Then what you do, there's a peg somewhere, yep, a little peg and post that should poke right into there. So I'll do it on this side so you can see what I'm doing. There's like a little post right in there. Don't know if you can quite see it, but that goes into there and click, and then that finally sorts those legs out. And then what you can do, once you've done that, twist these legs around so they're in the right position. And that's the legs now done. Now what you can do is this windscreen bit, which was the front abdominal thing, you bring, well, the cockpit should I say for car mode, you bring it over, like the backpack bit over. Make sure you get these bits out the way. Bring the backpack bit round, and then it just clicks straight into place like so. Just rests like that. Then what you can do, this cockpit bit, oh, just a minute, what am I doing? There we go. Get the head out first, then do that, and then bring that together, reveals the head, and the windshield cockpit bit becomes the front. Then what you do with the arms to finish them off, they're on like a twisty, red twisty kind of thing inside there. If you can just see, maybe not, but anyway, so what you do is you bring these bits down like this, and then you twist upwards, and then you poke in like that, and then there's like another tab at the top there, and it just tabs straight in. Mine doesn't seem to want to tab in very well. I don't know if anyone else has had that problem, but mine don't seem to want to stay pegged in on the shoulders, which is a little annoying, but anyway, so there we go. That's the best I'm going to get it, but it's solid enough anyways. Just unfortunately they do unpeg quite a lot. And then the last thing, that is practically finished transformation. The hands now need to be twisted into the right position like that, and we now have override in robot mode. Now override, the robot mode is really cool. It's really cool. That head sculpt, all the colours, reds, the golds, the blues, the blacks, everything about the colour scheme, it just really comes into its own. It's such a unique figure in its appearance, and obviously it's very Cybertronian like, but such a nice aesthetic, really is. I am actually quite pleased with it. The only thing I will say, the plastic isn't as good in my opinion. I haven't broke anything on it just yet, but I have a feeling that I don't know if anyone else has the same opinion on the plastic quality. Even though the joints seem quite nice and stiff, but for me personally, I just feel the legs here, which is the front of the car, yeah, it just doesn't feel like the best quality plastic in my opinion. Obviously those legs are quite hollow, but they have got like little brackets in. Well, they are. Those legs are actually completely hollow until you actually plug in the actual red leg bits, and when you're transforming it, that is the only time that the leg becomes a little bit more denser. But really, they are very, yeah. It's just in hand, it just feels more like something you would get from Home Bargains in a way. That kind of plastic quality. Even though it is a nice figure, it is a well put together figure. The engineering, transformation's nice and simple. Not, it's nice, good transformation. And the aesthetic look is really, really nice. I can just get close enough so you can see that head. There you go. It's the best I'm going to do on this camera, unfortunately. So articulation, get 360 movement of the arm. Arm comes out, bend of the elbow, twist of the forearm, and twist of the hand. Also there's light piping as well. I don't quite think I'm going to get anything to put in there, so I can show that off. I don't have anything on hand, sorry. Twisty. Yeah, you only get a little bit of a pivot of the waist. The head can move. The legs come up to about there. Bend at the knee to about there. And then there's a nice pivot point and pivot back and forth on the foot as well. So you can get some decent poses out of this figure as well. Then what you can do, got the weapon. So in robot mode, you can store the weapon here on the back, like so. You just plug it straight into there like that if you wished. So it goes in there quite nice and snug. So it just actually makes it look a little bit better with that in there. It just kind of gives a little bit more definition, but it's also really quite a convenient little place to store that accessory point, the weapon. So let's take it back off again, and then put the gun in our hand, and let's just test out how good, because that, even though the figure is, even though that's a light piece, it's a light gun, it's not really it's not really heavy or anything like that, but considering it's it's such a big thing, it'd be interesting to see how well it can keep it held up in one place without the arm drooping down. So it's the weapon goes straight into there, and then holds it well, holds it very well. Very nice indeed. Yeah, that joint's perfect. There's no droopiness with that gun at all. Sometimes when you get oversized weapons on figures, you do get an issue with the arm just not able to support it, or the joint. But that is really cool. Very nice indeed. So that's my review on Speedia, the Velocitron 500 Collection Legacy, Transformers Legacy Override. So thank you ever so much for watching. Sorry for the slight absence with the reviews, but they will be coming back now and again. They'll be coming back a little bit more frequently now. But thank you ever so much for your patience, and also thank you as well for my new subscribers. I've noticed I've gone up. I'm like at the point of recording this review, I'm 2 away from 500 subscribers. So yeah, that is pretty darn awesome. So thank you ever so much to everybody that subscribed recently, and to those that have been subscribed to me since the beginning and the middle and up to now. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this review, and more to come very soon. So till next time, stay awesome. See you soon.